But let me say good morning to you, Professor Ali Nachia. He's a tax expert, he's also a legal practitioner as well. Wishing you all the best for the day. He's an ardent viewer of the show. And so, wish you all the best for the day. For those who tend to watch us, I'm just seeing that Musa Dankwa has released his latest poll. It says September, October 2025 National Tracking Poll Direction, etc. Musa Dankwa wants to shake the tables this morning. We'll see how that goes. All right. TV3 Ghana is always available for you. We're streaming there live. And as always, for those who tend to stream, we tend to acknowledge them. And so, gladly, I will just acknowledge a number of you who are watching us this morning so that I will introduce our guest for the morning. Prince Nani York is around, watching us from Albany, New York, United States of America, Trap country. I have Kwesi Mensah. Charles Thompson is watching us from the UK. Inshiraba K. Ofori Samokate, I see you. Bright Tifo as well. And please make sure that you share the stream. I see Master Planner Jr. He's now a policy analyst. Zach, good morning to you. Abochi Samuel, watching from the UK. In fact, he wrote it there, watching from the UK. Abochi Samuel, good morning to you as well. Yemole Yemo, Manini Mania, all those who tend to be added viewer, please share the stream. Let's have some great conversation. We told you earlier on about what our discussions will be. You will know that the NPP convened a demonstration yesterday, and they were advocating a number of issues. They feel that their kind are being intimidated by the security apparatus, the IGP, etc. They also claim that the president is looking on, doing nothing about it, and they want action to be taken. All right, so please, we'll take a look at that. But the subject matter for also our first discussion will certainly be about the Chief Justice. And we now have the acting Chief Justice being nominated for a substantive role. What the Constitution says is for him to appear before the Appointments Committee of Parliament to be vetted. But already the removed Chief Justice, Justice Gertrude Tokono, is still aggrieved. And subsequently, we've had some responses from the Attorney General as well. For all those who tend to watch our show, you would have been very much also in tune. And Lawyer Kakri Samoa is also watching from Ablekuma. Good morning to you, Lawyer Kakri Samoa. But let me just introduce our guest for the morning. I have Fred Agbenyo. Fred Agbenyo is a member of Parliament for the Guan constituency. Good morning to you, Fred. How are you?
Good morning, my brother. I'm doing well. How are you?
Great. Great to see you.
I
love your green. That's, is it military green or Kakri green? I love the colors. I think I need to sew a kaftan like this. The color is nice.
Yeah, copy.
All right. And then I have Dr. Jebuntie Zato. Dr. Jebuntie Zato goes by the Christian name Joshua. He also contested for the NPP primaries for Sisala East. I'm sure he will go again to become the parliamentary candidate for the NPP for 2028. He's also here. Good morning to you, Dr. Jebuntie Zato. Yesterday, you made a post that you will survive when the flyer came out. I hope you're okay.
Good morning, Roland.
Good. I missed you over the period.
And I'm glad you are back. You said you were not feeling well.
Yes,
Thank God for recovery.
Yeah.
We pray that you continue to have good health.
Everybody got in touch with me except you. I hope I'm not your enemy.
No, I thought you were, you know, last time you traveled abroad, you didn't bring me anything, so I thought you had gone again. So
the whole of the year I haven't traveled abroad.
Okay.
It's not fair.
Thank you.
And the Edem Agble, you're also watching us. Good morning to you. He's a professional accountant as well. Oh, and of course, the chief entrepreneur, transportpreneur, politician is also here, advocate, chairman of the Common Sense family right here on TV3. And I have him here, Solomon Owusu. Solomon, good morning.
Good morning and good to be back. I mean, we thank God that you are healthy and fit to continue with the good job you've been doing.
You got in touch with me when I was unwell, and I'm grateful.
Yes,
I'm grateful.
Yes.
I think Dr. Zato needs to adopt that friendly style.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'll learn and do better next time.
I hope we don't get. I don't throw Sabo before we even come on set.
I do.
He throws Sabo before we come on set. I hope you will survive. We will not survive today.
But Fred, what do you make of the responses that seem to be coming from the Attorney General's department in response to concerns that have been raised by the removed Chief Justice Tokonwa. It looks like, look, she wants to remain a justice of the Supreme Court, even though she's been removed as the lead or presiding head of that institution.
Well, Roland, thank you very much. Let me say good morning to our cherished viewers, especially the good people of the Guan constituency, by whose privileged I'm representing them in Parliament. I thought some people have boycotted this platform, so I'm surprised to see a former aspirant sitting here and taking notes.
Dr. Zato is an astute member of the platform.
Is it a case that they cannot sanction him? Look,
Please continue.
Who do you talk?
No fight today. No fight today. No fight
I just
today.
want my friend to talk. Well, Ro, I think that I like the tenacity. I like the fighting spirit of the former Chief Justice. She's demonstrated that she's not a pushover. She's shown to all of us that she is capable of fighting for what she thinks belongs to her. And she has used every medium available to her to do that. She's even gone outside our, legal jurisprudence to try to seek redress outside of this country. Unfortunately, almost every place she has gone to, she hasn't been able to make a good case for herself. And she has always been dismissed. But she's still fighting. For me, it's a test of our democracy. It's a test of the document we call a constitution that all of us have agreed that we want to govern ourselves with. And so I'm not going to condemn her for that fight. I am not going to make any comments, that are not very palatable to her. It is good. It's a test of our democracy. So that I have no problem with it at all. What she has done, she has helped at least in setting some precedents and, helping people to know what it means when they really feel that, yes, they've not been treated fairly or something is not going in their way, to want to seek redress in the same court that she presides over and she represents. The only time I became a bit concerned, if not worried, was when she started raising concerns about the way and the manner the court that she was supposed to be the head of was treating her. She made a claim that she was not getting fair hearing, the process was not good and all that. Then I said to myself, it is good when all of us who, by the grace of God, have some privileged position in society, occasionally will have a taste of what the general public is going through. So that when we are given position of responsibility, we will put things appropriately. Some way, somehow, we think that the police cells or the prison is a prison for some group of people. Up until you leave your very high office, and then you find yourself at the wrong side of the law, and then you go to that place that either you thought was meant for some quote and quote, some riffraff, some people who don't matter, and then you are there. Then you realize that if I get the opportunity, let me maintain that place. Let me do it well, because it could also become my sleeping place one day. It serves as a lesson to all of us that even the Chief Justice of a republic or the Republic of Ghana can go through trial, go to the same system that she presided over, the system that she established, the system that she has been part of for all these many years. Ordinary people, when they go through it and they feel that they've not been treated fairly, they don't have any avenue to even vent out. They don't have anybody to tell. They keep it to themselves and they go in their homes. And so it is good that we are experiencing it. I think I've shared this experience before when I met one very, very senior police person who is on retirement, who had gone to his community and was coming back to Accra, driving his own car, old man, and he got to the police barrier. And the way the man of the police at the barrier treated him, it's like, so is that what ordinary people go through? I served in the police for my 35 years. So every day I was going on the road. At least I was either wearing my uniform or have my ID card, so I was treated differently. Now I'm faced with the reality of what people go through on our roads. And so I want to thank her, I want to encourage her and encourage all Ghanaians that the society is for all of us. We have made laws for ourselves. And if at any point in time you think that things are not going well, why not? You can you can do whatever you want to do. The Attorney General decision he has taken is a very simple decision. The former Chief Justice has gone to the High Court questioning why they have used the same process that has removed her as a Chief Justice to also remove her as a Justice of the Supreme Court. Now, the Attorney General has gone to the Supreme Court that has the power to interpret the Constitution, to go and interpret the constitutional provision. And as I was driving in, somebody sent me a text, and I think he summarized everything that we are discussing around this table. When he says, how can you be a headmaster of a secondary school that stole items in the school, other food item, whatever it is? You are arrested, prosecuted, and sacked or dismissed as a headmaster. Then you said, okay, if you have removed me as a headmaster,
I want to be a teacher.
Allow me to be a teacher. You know, where's the logic? How do you pin it together? Right?
Why not?
Say that again.
Why not be a teacher?
No, but
because being a headmaster,
you must qualify to be a teacher to become a headmaster. And so you must have some qualifications. You must have some qualities. Do you understand? Before you are elevated to become a headmaster. Before you become a Chief Justice of a Republic, you are first and foremost what? A judge. Is that not the case? And there are things you are supposed to do and things you are not supposed to do. And so once you violate one of them, common reasoning will tell that it permeates true. And there have been several cases in the same Supreme Court, you know, that has ruled in this same direction. Some of his colleagues have ruled in this same direction. And so, like I said, I cannot hold anything against her. She's just testing the law. You know, where we are now, I sincerely believe she's now history. As far as the Supreme Court is concerned, either as a justice or as a chief justice, if what we are saying today is going to go by, I think it is almost, you know, impossible for her to remain as a chief justice. But I'm aware that just yesterday, a new person has been nominated as the chief justice. I'm told, and let me congratulate Justice Bafo-Boni. He's about 69 years now. And so you have the opportunity of serving as a chief justice for at least 1 year. Once Parliament returns, I'm sure it will come before Parliament, it will come to the vetting. And once the vetting goes through, he will go and serve as the Chief Justice for the remaining years that he has on the bench. He has had a very illustrious career where he started from all these many years up until this level. Very senior person on the bench now at the Supreme Court. And so he well deserved to be there. One of the things we have done, you know, in this country is where we elevate genius above their seniors, and are based on their political lineage and their political relationships and affiliations. Somebody by far a senior, full of experience and all that, is, you know, sidelined, and somebody far junior is put ahead of the person, and the juniors come on top, and either they see the seniors as threats, and so they completely sideline them. We are told about in some cases, where in some cases, they were not even allowed to even sit on cases. You know, all manner of things were happening in our Supreme Court. And this is one of the promises that we made to the of this country that they bought into is the fact that we all agree as a nation that our country was not heading in the right direction, that things were not going on well, and that we're coming to reset the country. And Ghanaians bought into this. Ghanaians believe that indeed the nation deserves some resetting. We will not do that capriciously. We will not do that taking the laws into our own hands. We will use the laws of the land to reset the entire system. A system that we can be proud of, a country that all of us can be proud of, to be members of or citizens of. And so that is exactly what we are doing. And in resetting a society, in resetting a country, definitely some people become victims along the line. You know, some people become victims. It's a natural thing that will happen. You know, just like when you are weeding your farm, there are some trees that definitely must go down so you can have the opportunity to grow new trees. You know, so you can't keep all the trees and all the grass on your farm. You have to cut them some down. If you're a cocoa farmer, you would appreciate that a time comes when you have to do pruning. You know, you cut some branches off, you remove some branches, so that the few that will remain can bear, you know, fruits, useful fruits. You know, and so we are resetting the country. The president is very committed to making sure that he will leave a nation that all of us can be proud in by the time he's finishing his work. And so we want to thank the Attorney General and the Attorney General's Department for the work they are doing. We want to thank the President. We want to thank everybody. It is Ghana we are governing. If anybody, so far, all the people have heard running commentaries about this whole Chief Justice issue, I haven't heard one who has said that we have done that outside of the provision of the Ghana's 1992 Constitution. We have applied the law strictly. We have used the law that the President won. It's just a conveyor belt. Somebody submits a petition to him. He hands over the petition to the Council of State. The Council of State establishes a prima facie. They bring him back to him. A committee is set up. The committee, the person, the accused person appears for the committee. The committee submits their report, their recommendation to the President, and the President acts on that recommendation. It's as simple as ABCD. So the President didn't set out to do anything. He was busy thinking how to fix our roads, fix our schools, create employment for the young people. Then he received a petition from a Ghanaian citizen. And then, of course, he will refer to his Attorney General. This is what I've received. What do we do? You tell him, the Constitution says, Council of State must look at it. Once they have established the prima facie, and I'm told in the Council of State, we have former Chief Justice who serves on the Council of State. But and all these persons definitely would have gone through the document and would have come to a conclusion that, yes, it merits further investigation. And that's exactly what they have done. I can only wish Madam Tokonu all the best in her future endeavors.
Dr. Sato, you look at the affidavit filed in opposition to what Justice Tokonu's legal team did file. One says that it should be dismissed outright, but at the end of the day, the arguments are being made that, well, she cannot remain on the court as a justice of the Supreme Court. I mean, basically that's that.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Is it a matter of just infringing on a human right, or also not giving her the opportunity based on her competence and profession to practice as a justice of the Supreme Court, so to speak?
Yeah, thank you for, it could be all of those.
Okay.
It could be all of the above. But I'm glad I've just listened to my brother make certain points. And so before we get even to these answers, we must, how did we get here? How did we arrive here to be taking this? And if you look at this whole caboodle, this whole Chief Justice things, it was taken right out of the playbook of one of the most celebrated political philosophers in history called Niccolo Machiavelli. This whole process has been Machiavellian right from the beginning of receiving the petition to end today.
It's a Machiavellian tactic?
Can be completely Machiavellian. Machiavelli has advised the prince, here the ruler, to do two main things. Machiavelli is a student of a strong leader, and he advised the prince on two main things, appearance and reality. Machiavelli has told the prince that you should appear to be virtuous. You should appear to be honest. You should appear to be truthful in your dealings. But in reality, Machiavelli has also told the prince that in reality, you should be ruthless. In reality, you should be cruel. And in reality, you should be unethical. He says that it is only when you marry these two things that you, the prince, you can achieve your objectives. Somebody, somewhere, has read has
Dr.
taken...
Zato, at what point in time you look at this relationship or juxtaposition of Machiavellian tactics, which we know by way of philosophy is largely steeped in manipulation, also self-serving strategies to achieve personal goals in many respects? Because, and who is the Machiavellian here?
Somebody somewhere sat down, read Machiavelli very well, and has applied it to perfection. The ultimate fruit is that now the governor has a chief justice in their image, and the chief justice of their likings. So that is one of the best achievements, one of the biggest achievements of the 9-month NDC government so far. And I applaud them for that. It was a campaign promise. It was a campaign objective. It has been achieved in 9 months. Bravo. Thank you for that. Now, if you now come down to reality, people have also tried to express this thing as if it all now comes to the emoluments of the removed Chief Justice. That it is all about his interests. It's all about what you achieve. No. If you think that, then you are thinking is you are being lazy. This woman has forced us to confront questions that we never thought we would. First of all, almost every Ghanaian thought that it was difficult, almost impossible to remove a Chief Justice. At least that's what I thought. This process has told us that it's not impossible. It's one of the easiest and simplest things to do to remove a Chief Justice. So it's one thing we should know as a country. What do we do? Do we still continue the fact that to know that yes, it is that easy, it is that cheap, it's that simple to move a Chief Justice? It's not ironclad. If the thinking now, we've come to realize that it is almost as easy to remove a co-equal arm of government as its own body. That should let us think as our democracy, where do we go forward? Secondly, this woman has forced us to also do something. There were people who were saying that, look, she should just resign, take her benefits and go and sit home. She refused. And by refusing, she has broadened our legal or judicial jurisprudence. By removing, she has taught us a lot of things that we did not know. For instance, right now, this is a question that before us to ask. The Attorney General has written to the court, the Supreme Court, asking for interpretation. When I saw it, I was so happy. It means that this is something probably that the courts have never pronounced on. This is something that we didn't even know it existed. But now we're forced to do that. It means that she's also challenging us to think. She's not telling us, this fight she's fighting is not necessarily for her. It's for the next Chief Justice. This fight she's fighting is not necessarily for her. It is for the other people who will be appointed both to the court and also to Chief Justices. She is helping us build our legal system. She's helping us build our jurisprudence. This woman, I've said it again, will be celebrated, should be celebrated. People will write books about this, will write books about how a co-equal arm of government was received. When they do that, they will say that this woman was not intimidated. She refused to be intimidated. She refused to be harassed. She fought for what she believed was right, and she's gotten here. So for me, I'm happy that this is happening. The Chief Justice nominee will be appointed. She will go. And this thing will remain as one of the biggest achievements of the current government, and it will also remain as a stain on the legacy of His Excellency the President.
How does that become an achievement of the current government?
Because the promise,
when processes of the Constitution in Article 146 were followed.
Good. Thank you. I like that.
Because we all know when you read Macavelian very, very well, and by way of his traits, he's not only manipulative, he's self-centered. And I'm trying to relate that to the actions that have been taken in relation to the invocation of that article of the Constitution.
Let me explain.
You claim to achieve a self-serving end. And by whom?
Let me explain that very well. Joy FM has reported that there's currently a petition before... Joy FM. Joy News. I'm just saying it. Joy News has... There is a petition before the President of the Republic of Ghana to remove the EC chase. And the petitioners have actually heard them. It's documented. They submitted this petition in January.
Who do you have evidence to that?
Yes, I just quoted, I just cited a major news outline, Joy News.
Even me, I'm prepared to submit one.
They have reported that.
Please don't interject.
They have submitted a petition to the President to remove the EC chase. They have documented it, that they have sent it. It is 9 months now. If we say the President is just a conveyor belt, if we say the President has absolutely no choice in this, if we say all the President does is you receive a permission, you send the right.
Do you think the President had a choice in this?
Why? No. Just let me land here. Why hasn't the President forwarded that petition to the Chief Justice yet? The petition to remove the EC chase. Where is that petition?
Do you have evidence, Dr. Joshua Zebuntie Dato?
Jebuntie Zato.
Apart from a news report you're citing today, that the President has received a petition to remove the Electoral Commission chair of Ghana.
I'm citing a credible news.
I understand. We are also equally credible. I'm asking. On this table, you don't have. Please don't cite that. Let's end this conversation. Let's not start a flame. That's fine. Let it remain there.
We have sent a petition to the President.
Please end for me. Dr. Joshua,
the narrative we are getting
Zato, end for me.
The narrative that we are getting that the President was just on yes, it makes it look like the President has no discretion. In receiving these two petitions, one to remove the Chief Justice, the other to receive EC chairs, the President has demonstrated that he has at least a 9-month.
Do you have evidence that the President has received?
The news report says that he has received it.
So you are quoting the news report.
I'm quoting the joint report. And so if he has received both petitions, decided to expedite one, that's discretion. Decided to throw one away or hide one and wait for 9 months, that's another discretion. So yes, even though the process might be just legal, we have seen that there's a lot of room for discretion there. And the way you express that discretion shows your bias.
You mean the way you exercise that
discretion shows your bias.
But Dr. Jebuntie Zato, we've had an EC boss removed here in Ghana before.
Yes, I agree.
Okay. All right. We have also on the stream Dr. Martin Pebu. Dr. Martin Pebu, good morning. Lawyer Martin Pebu, sorry I called you a PhD holder. Lawyer Martin Pebu.
Yes. Good morning.
Yeah,
Morning.
I was
Yes.
adding more accolades to your
Can you hear
title.
me?
Yes, I was adding more accolades to your title, PhD.
Right. Thank you.
I apologize for that.
It will come someday. Yeah.
It will come, eh? It means
That's
it's in the
fine.
offing.
That's fine. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
in the offing. All right. Congratulations to you in advance. Before your PhD graduation happens. But in the meantime, because I see that you don't have time, I'd wanted Solo to react, but I'll leave that for him so that we can get for you. Look, how practicable, and then also by way of precedence, as we have it within our jurisprudence, is it possible that for any argument to be made or canvassed, that the removed Chief Justice, Gertrude Tokonu, could still practice as a member of the Supreme Court and not necessarily the presiding?
It's a zero chance.
Zero.
Zero chance. There's absolutely a zero. There's absolutely no chance. Anybody who makes such an argument is being farcical. It's a joke. It's the most, hilarious joke I've ever seen. Listen, let's do it this way. By Article 128, etc., a justice of a Supreme Court has to have integrity and not be involved in moral turpitude. They think that 367,000 Ghana cedis were lost because Justice Tokonu signed for per diem for husband and then daughter, and the tickets are a joke. You know how many millions of citizens don't earn up to even 100,000 Ghana cedis the whole year? There are millions and millions and millions and millions of our citizens who don't earn 100,000 cedis the whole year. So when a Chief Justice takes such money for her daughter, when a Chief Justice takes, that's the $10,000, it's more than 100,000 Ghana. When a Chief Justice takes $6,000 for her husband, which is more than 60,000 Ghana, etc., don't call that a joke. When a Chief Justice also allows the daughter to travel with her, when it is not part of Article 71, conditions of service of the Chief Justice, it is not a joke. Huge constitutional breach. When a Chief Justice allows the husband to travel on the public purse, which is not allowed under Article 71, that is not joke. It's a huge breach of the Constitution. Let's stop kidding ourselves. You see, those who are pushing this argument that she can go and serve on the Supreme Court, you see, unfortunately, what they're doing is that because they keep pushing the argument too far, then we are forced to make arguments that we erode totally, okay, or leave next to nothing the integrity and moral turpitude of the Chief Justice. This thing should stop. It's as if we are in a banana republic. Anybody comes and just wants to say anything. It's not a joke. You know, you look at the millions of citizens who wake up, go to work every day, the whole year, they don't get 100,000. You take this in $10,000, which at the lowest will be 105,000. And if you look at the time, 2023, that was happening. You know, in the year 2023, we had a dollar not less than 13 Ghana. So you had 14, etc. You take such huge sums of money to give your daughter. You take such huge sums of money to give your husband. You take such huge sums of money to get business class ticket for your daughter, tickets for your husband. And somebody comes to say, oh, this is a joke. Please, 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 let's stop that. Rather, with every day that we keep discussing this topic, then it is the integrity of the Chief Justice that is being eroded. The more this topic is being discussed, and the more even you raise public anger. Is that how the Chief Justice behaved with our public purse? That's why I said, this, if we are not careful, you even do it, somebody will take the criminal aspect of this case on. Because it's a crime as well, abuse of public office. Check the Act 29. Using public office for private gain. That's corruption. Corruption. So please, this you see, I appreciate devil's advocate, but not this type of thing. Which court in this country or anywhere in this world will allow a Chief Justice who has taken our money and used it anyhow like this to continue in office as a Supreme Court judge? Why? What kind of logic is this? Please, let's stop. when you push the argument, you are just rather creating more trouble and eroding the integrity of the Chief Justice. Because the more we discuss it, and then the more the ordinary citizens also engage in the conversation, then the more it becomes clear that our public purse has just been used anyhow. Like they say, Oga de chop am nyafu nyafu nyafu.
Oga de what?
Chop am nyafu nyafu nyafu. Look, Oga de chop am nyafu nyafu.
Oga de chop am nyafu nyafu?
Yes.
I see.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you very well. But
Okay.
if that is the position you hold, and you seem to be trumpeting this very consistently, then does it mean that the response in opposition to that affidavit by the Attorney General seems to be in the right state or posture?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So the Attorney General, if it is the one we saw yesterday night, what the Attorney General is saying is that what the Chief Justice wants in the High Court cannot be done. It will involve a constitutional interpretation. So if that is so, the High Court judge should refer the matter to the Supreme Court, because when it comes to interpretation of the Constitution, it is the Supreme Court that has that mandate, and it's exclusive. The rest of the courts don't interpret. Interpret means give meaning. But rather, what the rest of the courts do is that when the provision is very clear, that's the part of the Constitution in contention. When it is very clear, or where the Supreme Court has given many interpretations on that provision, which has made it clear, then the smaller courts will apply it. Yes, when I say smaller, the High Court is smaller, relative to the Supreme Court. But by all means, the High Court is a big court. But when it comes to relativity, it is small compared to the Supreme Court. Okay. So the point is that what Justice Tokonu is looking for, we had said it, that no, it cannot be done in the High Court. She essentially wants an interpretation of the Constitution, and that interpretation can only be done in the Supreme Court. So it's good that Justice Remsai, the Deputy Attorney General, has applied to the High Court. So now the High Court most probably will agree and then refer that part of the case to the Supreme Court. So that means after some months, you see that the people will now, that's the Justice Tokonu and her lawyers, and then the Attorney General would then appear in the Supreme Court, because the High Court would have made the order that that part, interpretation, should go to the Supreme Court. Then they will appear in the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court will go through the processes and then give a ruling. Then based upon it, then they will return back to the High Court and use what the Supreme Court has said to dispose of the case. Okay. So that's the right thing. Okay. But please, let's stop this thing. Look, the way we are pushing this argument that nothing was done, these are trifles, please. Please, it tells you that we are not serious about protecting the public purse. There is a case, the Abronye DC versus Attorney General, and then Dafia Mepo versus Attorney General. That is a case in which this Abronye DC went to court that presidential spouses, that's the first lady and second lady, should not be paid any allowances, etc., from the consolidated fund. And the Supreme Court said yes. And it was Justice Tokonu who was leading. You see, because the argument is that, and that's right, under Article 71, when you open to 71, you not see the terms and conditions. But what you see is that it makes provision for a committee to be set up to propose terms and conditions. Then the president would accept or reject those terms. Okay. Now, under Article 71, through it, we've had the Professor Miranda Greenstreet report, suggesting, making proposal for emoluments, conditions of service of MPs, etc. And then Then from there, even if not in a certain order, we had the Irama Ade, also a professor at University of Ghana, Irama Ade report, Professor Irama Ade. Then we had the Buando report, also another professor. All of them, is a coincidence that they are all female professors, right? So we've had all these reports. The point is that these reports that were made pursuant to Article 71, they don't give any chance for a Chief Justice to take money for her husband or take money for her daughter, etc. That is it. So it's a constitutional breach. So please, those saying that this is trifle, it was just done on political lines or it was just political witch hunt. Sorry, if the Chief Justice hadn't done those, would they have been grounds to remove her? I mean, I can, yeah. So the main thing is that if the Chief Justice hadn't breached the rules, would the petitioners have found grounds to go to the president and then the president through the Council of State, etc., for the committee to be set up?
Martin Pebu, thank you very much for your own, again, explanation to what you have observed so far. Martin Pebu, a.k.a. Ogadi Chopam Nyafu Nyafu, this morning. Wishing you all the best for the day. But it's quite interesting how he takes the narrative and then also explains it. But at the end of the day, we have, she's still sitting on the Council of State, abstaining from the voting, we're told, but again has made public commentary in that instructive interaction with Joseph Akabile. And we're talking about Justice Sophia Kufu, who says that, well, trivialities, this one is small matter, looking at the office in itself. And she's looking at the broader context of the office and the kind of example or precedent, as they say it in law, that is set for us as a republic, as a political or democratic dispensation. And so that even canvasses fortuitously this argument that she could still remain in the Supreme Court, so to speak.
Roland, let me begin by reminding the Office of the Special Prosecutor that the petition that I sent to him concerning the former Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, I'm keenly awaiting the response of it.
What's in the petition?
He is saying that he bought or he donated more than 300 pickups, brand new pickups to the NPP campaign. I am keenly following it. And to those of you who are there threatening my life, let me assure you that I will follow this petition to its logical conclusion.
Your life has been threatened?
Oh, a lot of them, but it's funny. They don't know me. You see, the mere fact that you have a very funny face, when you move, that's not mean you are stubborn than anybody. Are you with me? So the Office of the Special Prosecutor must not dilly-dally with this petition. It is so dear and it goes to the core of our democracy. If we will be able to deal with the issues of monetization, then this forms the foundation of it. Secondly, you spoke about Madame Sophia Ekufu.
Because she canvassed a position.
I'm happy to announce to you also that she will be the next person that I will petition to be removed from the Council of State.
Why?
Breaching of oath of secrecy. What she has done is so dangerous, it must never be encouraged in this country. And I'm serving notice to her that I will go after her. We need to rid this country of such people. She has occupied the position of the Chief Justice of this country before. If you go to the Council of State, she is in charge of the legal, constitutional, and petitions
committee.
She has it. Every petition that goes to the Council of State, it goes to her first. She took part in the consultation with the president to establish the prima facie case. You knew all the issues surrounding it. How on earth would you then turn and go back to the committee?
Oh, so are you saying a former Chief Justice
I am telling you, it
cannot canvass the position that she has because of the institution she has served all her life, and then also gain credibility for, ultimately heading?
So there is something called collective responsibility. She's a member of the Council of State. Are you with me? If you were a member of Council of State, took part in the consultation, and you didn't even vote, you abstained. That shows how insincere she is. If she really believed that indeed what was happening was wrong, she would have voted no. Abstinence does not mean you do not agree. Abstinence could be you agree, but you don't want to hurt the feelings of the person affected because, as it were, both of you went to secondary school, Wesley girls, and so old guys. That could be you have occupied the position before. I am also. She has also occupied the position, and so I don't want to offend the position. She's a woman, feminist. What's the feminist action or what?
Feminism.
Feminism. That is understood, but you cannot shortchange your position as a member of the Council of State for this. So I'm going to petition, and let's test the laws of the land. So that is what I will say in the interim. Let's come back. Roland, it's good that you are not dead, I'm not dead. You were right here. You were the one asking us the questions, me and then Zato and other panelists, about this Chief Justice. You remember my position right from the beginning. When I saw the 20 little stars of the NPP who were misleading this woman, I said, no, if for nothing I came from the womb of a woman, I will not allow her to be misled. She thought some of us were against her.
What do you mean by she was being misled?
Right from the beginning, the evidence suggested that she has misbehaved. Are we not talking about 337,000 Ghana cedis being per diems and so on, given to the daughter and the husband? What else do you need? In any case, Article 146 says that a justice of the Superior Court, mind you, a justice of the Superior Court or a chairman of the regional tribunal shall not be removed from office except for what? Stated misbehavior. On what basis was she removed? And those lawyers that want to throw dust into people's eyes, no semantics.
Well, so Ekufu says that it's trivial.
Which one is the trivia? That our 337,000 was dissipated just like that is trivia. Somebody, somebody is in jail because of 10 cities. They have been jailing people. They shouldn't annoy the people of this country. You know the ordeal we go through in the hands of these judges? When you go to court, they are like gauze. Even when your phone rings, you can find yourself in prison. You go and do this, and you have judges. And interesting, not Sophia Ekufu alone. Nene Amegache also came there. How much is there? Are you kidding me?
Well, it's for the institution.
Which
the
institution
of the Chief Justice.
Which institution of the Chief Justice?
The office of the Chief Justice.
So that office makes her a saint. She must be above all this. She must, in fact, we must not hear of misappropriation of even a city. A city. Let alone what? 337,000. And they don't know shame. They are going about defending this. If I were her, I would stop this. The only thing she has succeeded in doing is to always occupy our televisions. And we'll be discussing it. That is all to it.
What do you think that she could have done? You claim that of course, we're sitting here, you were claiming that you were advising her at the time.
She disgraced two prominent people in this country.
What was the intention?
She disgraced two people of this country. When the matter got heated, two elderly men, prominent people in this country, and for now, I don't have their permissions to mention their names.
You would have?
I would have. I don't have. For strange reasons, I'll hold on. They intervene. That, look, resign amicably and go. All that she's doing is about bread and butter. Her entitlement is what she's fighting for. Nothing else, nothing more. How can you be removed as the Chief Justice and still think that you want to be on the bench? You have been removed as a Chief Justice and you were only a Chief Justice by virtue of being on the bench. And you say still you want to be a judge at the Supreme Court. And how do you even cooperate or work with the people that you have bastardized their integrity? Is she not going to be destructive? So she knows she's gone, but she has to put up a fight so that there will be some sympathies for her to get a sympathy. That's why she went to the ECOWAS court. Have you forgotten? ECOWAS court, she is demanding $10 million. Now we hear about Macavelian rule, Macavelian. What is this? Can you explain to us where the Macavelian is coming from? Now, okay, I'm not asking.
Put off your mic. No. Hold on.
No.
Please.
I have taken it back. I don't want you to come in.
It's okay.
Yes.
Sometimes comments are made in rhetoric. So
why do you want to take advantage of this?
In order for us to maintain the sanity of the discussion on the table. So when rhetorics are made or rhetorical comments are made, let's make sure they stay at that. Dr. Joshua Jabunti, do I have your cooperation?
Yes.
Very good. Please continue.
I hope you cooperate. And so, there is nothing semblance of Machiavellianism or whatever in this matter.
Machiavellian?
Machiavellian.
It was well planned.
Who planned it?
Orchestrated.
First of all,
calculated.
The first petition went to the president during the turn of Nana Akufo-Addo. Remember Professor Kwankwaza?
That's right.
He catalogued a number of issues, including unilaterally appointing judges to the Supreme Court bench, nominating. The president did not see it credible to refer them or establish a prima facie case, so it was dismissed. In fact, President Akufo-Addo was more concerned about why Professor Kwankwaza allowed the petition to leak. And he was even scanning through the laws of this land to imprison him. That was his pleasure. Now, Daniel Ofori, together with others, now we are talking about Daniel Ofori, goes to Petitions and the matter is referred to the Council of State, a prima facie case is established, a committee is formed, the Chief Justice or the removed Chief Justice appears before that committee with her lawyers, 4 lawyers, calls a lot of witnesses, presents evidence, and at the end of the case, it was established that yes, you traveled with your daughter and your husband when they were not supposed to be part of it. You were supposed to go with your security. A mere poor security man who will get a visa in his passport, receive per year. You denied that security man. You denied him, and you are talking about being treated unfairly. No, excuse our French. If you are gone, you are gone. People must man out. You see, truth is a bitter pill, but when you serve it, you are okay. Nobody must play the emotional cards. Today, you see people showing she's praying. Hey, we have seen things so. So, Roland, the case that have been sent to the High Court is nothing short of a joke. I don't know why the attorney, he has to waste his time to even go to the Supreme Court, because it's already determined. If you read the judgment, it is there, black and white. And the analogy people gave, that how can you be removed? I think it was Fred that gave. Removed as a headmaster and still think that you are a teacher. You have been removed as a headmaster, so let me be a teacher. When you know very well that the only reason that you can be removed as a Chief Justice is misbehavior, incompetence, or infirmity. Based on what was she removed? Was it not a misbehavior? What can you use to remove a justice of the Superior Court? It's not misbehavior. So is there a different misbehavior for a Chief Justice or a different misbehavior for a justice? So she is a goner. We got to move on. And I want to congratulate the newly appointed Chief Justice. He must go there very...
He's been nominated.
Nominated. Oh, he will go through. I mean, it's a travesty of justice. The senior most. Bafuboni, because he did not side with the NPP in the 2012, what do you call it? Election petition. Somebody thought that he was anti-NPP. When he was doing his bidding for the people of this country, every judge must bear in mind that they are serving the people of this country and not the shrimps and caprices of political parties.
Justice Paul Bafuboni?
Yes, he has to be treated that way. And it's painful that you will spend only a year as the Chief Justice of this. That was a travesty of justice. If people are demonstrating, that is what they must be demonstrating against, that the lives of Bafuboni will not be treated that.
Now, as we wrap up, just let me give you 2 minutes on that, because we want to look at the grievances of the NPP as they embarked on that demonstration. Just 2 minutes on this. So, there are concerns that posterity is not going to judge the president, the current Council of State, fairly in relation to the subject matter. 2 minutes.
Roland, how much is the cost of a goat in this country today? How much is the cost of a goat, one goat?
Goat?
Yes.
What's that got to do with it?
Some justices were removed from office for collecting a goat.
You're talking about the ANAS investigations and
a
the
goat.
aftermath.
How much is the cost of a goat? In some cases, less than 1,000 Ghana cedis. The judges who are speaking for this woman, the former justice who are speaking for this woman, I think we need to go back and investigate them when they were in office. To think that over 300,000 Ghana cedis is nothing, and so they should allow the woman to stay. Presuppose that when they were in office, they might have done things that are worse than this.
You can't make those assumptions.
Oh, yes, assumption. And that's why I'm saying that we need to go and investigate them. Yes. We need to go and investigate what is it that the former Chief Justice did when she was in office. Because for her to think that 370,000 Ghana cedis is no money, and consider the office that the woman is occupying, we should just allow her to go. You sit there and wear your, what do they call it? The column. And then you sentence people 5 years, 20 years for stealing plantain, for stealing a goat. And then you think that you are an angel from heaven. You are above the laws of this country. And so when it's your turn, you should be treated with kid gloves. Is that the point? As for me, as I said from the very beginning,
I said posterity. The comments, the concerns.
Of course, President Mahama posterity has always judged him. And he has always to be vindicated. And I know he'll be vindicated again. Now, my good friend, the elephant in him this morning rose again. That he has heard on a radio station that Signpost submitted a petition to President Mahama for the removal of the electoral commissioners. And how come the president didn't forward that petition when he received it? And so it's exercise some discretion. So we can come and sit on this table right now because we had a news item on radio or television. That become the facts. That becomes the truth. Well, we know in this country,
Well,
under your watch.
he's quoting a news report. He's
So,
entitled to quote a
has
news
he investigated that further? You even ask him, do you have any other further proof? So, because I'm going to start on this TV right now to make a statement. Somebody has picked out there as 100% facts. Your president, President Akufo-Addo, who told us that he is just a conveyor belt. When they submitted a petition to him toward the removal of Charlotte Osei, the petitioner didn't sign the petition. They didn't date it. They went out there to fish for the people. They coach them, guide them on what to do. Meanwhile, the same president received other petitions and he threw it away. Have you forgotten so soon? Let me assure you, and let me tell you, in case you want to know.
Fred, wrap up for me.
If there is any wrongdoing in Electoral Commission for which the commissioners must be brought to justice, they will surely come for justice. And the people of SAR, Sandrogo Fiakpafulolobi, that the Electoral Commissioner use a personal discretion to deny us opportunity of representation in the 8th Parliament, we are going to petition the president and go for a head.
Fred, are you insinuating that you are aware of a petition to...
I am saying we are going to do it. I am going to do it for the people of SAR. We are Ghanaians. And the Constitution of the people of Ghana gives us the right to have representation. She sat in the office, used a pen to issue a fiat and deny that opportunity. And it is not enough grounds for her to be removed from office. For those 4 years, do you know the things that we lost as a people? Sandro Kofi Akpafu, Lolobi, and Likpe people.
Sandro Kofi Akpafu,
Lolobi, and Likpe. Do you know the things that we lost? Sal. And you think she must remain in office? You think if we submit the petition to the president and they didn't answer the petition, we will take even the president to court. Yes.
Does that...
So we are preparing. So if that's your fear, don't worry about it at all.
It justifies your position,
God,
right?
Let me just land. Okay. Thank God, gradually we are resetting. The Supreme Court arrests are being set well. Once we have finished the resetting, they also go. So don't worry about it. Whether you have heard the news on Joy FM, on Tokuro FM, wherever you heard it, I am here to confirm to you that we are submitting a petition to the president for the removal of the commissioners. So just bear that in mind.
Okay. Dr. Zato, then I withdraw my question to you then. It seems to be confirming that there's a number or petition.
Thank you. Now, I just want to...
So it justifies your position that is orchestrated?
I will come to that. But the first thing is that I just want to say something. The last time a failed presidential candidate was petitioned and investigated by the OSP, the OSP cleared the person, and that person ended up winning the next election. That's His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. The last time a former presidential candidate, a failed president, was investigated by the OSP and vindicated, cleared, he went on to win the general election.
I don't understand you.
Right now, the OSP has been called upon to investigate another failed former presidential candidate. Coming events I see cast their shadows. It also shows, it's supposed to show that he too will become the next president of the Republic of Ghana.
Dr. Zato, I don't understand what you're saying. What are you insinuating?
I'm not insinuating, I'm stating facts.
Okay.
One, somewhere in 2020, His Excellency President John Mahama lost the last election. He came second.
Who?
After President Mahama. He came second.
For the Airbus, this thing.
Then he was, the OSP was petitioned to investigate him. The OSP went ahead,
on the Airbus, okay,
investigated him and cleared him. He became the president of Ghana in the next election. Today, some people have petitioned the OSP.
No, Solomon has petitioned the OSP on Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Yes.
Together with who?
Ebu Bakman and
Ebu Bakman.
Apiadagwa.
Okay.
To
The big three.
Yes.
Okay.
To also investigate the man who lost the 2024 election, the man who came second.
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
So I see coming events casting their shadows. And I'm making a logical analogy that based on
I
that
don't
too,
understand.
I
Dr. Mahmoud
foresee
Bawumia
him,
hasn't gone through the primaries yet.
I'm making
an analogy.
and that's my analogy. Okay. That I foresee that he too, having been going through this grill, I foresee good things coming his way, and I foresee the gods of the land aligning in his favor, and I foresee him becoming the next president of the Republic of Ghana and be sworn in January 2029. I see that because he too has demonstrated that he's clean, he's honest, his integrity is intact, his ideas are impactful, and they are helping millions of Ghanaians. The decisions and policies implemented have brought a lot of people out of poverty and are making them beneficiaries and meaningful players in the economy today. He has changed lives, and those lives will help making the president in 2029. Secondly, the second point I want to make is that at least when I made this point, I was told that listen, it is perfect even in academia to cite credible news sources to support your point. So if I'm quoting a credible news report, I am doing it because it is allowed. Secondly, we have not demonstrated. You see, that's the people want to make it's a straight jacket thing. Oh, the president has no discretion, but I've just established that he has. That he received a petition in January. That petition is still gathering dust. Why hasn't he submitted that permission to remove them? So if we are saying that the president has no choice, it's wrong. Anybody who says the president has no choice in this matter is being lazy, insincere, or disingenuous. He has. And we've just seen it. 2 petitions received. He decided to act very fast and very quick on one. The other one, I won't say he threw it away. The other one, nobody knows what it is. When you see this reaction,
which one? Which the other one?
The one that is supposed to remove the EC chairs. When you see this happen, that is Macavelian.
Who is the petition?
I don't know. The petition was sent to him. We've acknowledged that, we've known that it is there, and people are Googling. And by now, if it was not true, somebody would have said you that there's no petition. Like somebody would have said, I know people are Googling, they are watching. It has shown. So when you see those sorts, they are lucrative, and they speak in the voice they work to remove this woman. Juxtaposed with the tortoise space or the lack of recognition of this other petition, it tells you that whole process was Machiavelli on steroids. That whole process was a political plan, clothed under the legal leges to remove this woman. It has happened, and you've gotten the Chief Justice of your liking of your mate. I wish the government very well, and I wish the new Chief Justice, because look, as I said, if it comes to personal,
you say it is Macavelian under Macavelian. Under what?
It's Machiavelli on steroids.
Machiavelli.
Because Machiavelli,
I know about the author and the philosopher. So Machiavelli on what?
On steroids.
On steroids. All right.
So we have just been told that the last time a presidential candidate
you have 2 minutes.
Yes, was sent to the OSP, the person ultimately became the president in the next elections, forgetting that in the 2020 elections, John Mahama had 47.4%, as against Nana Akufo-Addo's 51.3%.
I don't understand.
It was very close.
What does that got to do with it?
The person that have petitioned, Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, that is yet to be their candidate anyway.
DMB?
The DMB that they say Akanaipe is now in the region of 41.74%. 41.74%. So these are not comparable.
And then GM got
47.4%. So contrary to the Akanaipe in this instance, GM was doing about Aka 2.7. You understand?
Okay, so we have Aka 9.
Aka 9 and Aka 2.7. So these are distinct features. But in any case, you have been preaching against corruption in our body politic. I am only helping you. I have not manufactured any statement or any petition anywhere. I have only asked the OSP to go and find out from the vice president, the former vice president, who meticulously gave an information that he single-handedly donated more than 300 brand new Navara pickups that is valued about $18 million. So I don't know where the difficulty is. You must be applauding me. In fact, if you Google on various platforms, they say he's the biggest liar. I am giving him an opportunity to clear his name, that indeed truth stands as you believe in. Truth must stand always. So where lies the difficulty with it? You said it. I didn't force you. He was not being interviewed by any journalist or any TV station. He himself willingly gave us this information, so he must answer. To crown it, the Chief Justice must now understand that we have a country or a nation to govern or to run. It is gone, long gone. She missed an opportunity to right the wrongs. Now that it has been settled, I don't see how she's going to, as it were, make any headway in the courts. And nobody must delude itself that the courts are not working. If the courts are not working, then it means it is the Chief Justice, the removed Chief Justice, who did not manage the court well. If she managed the court very well, it will be good for all of us. Nobody following the Chief Justice must be complaining about the court, because this is the court that she led.
I see. The NPP, they gathered their supporters yesterday on. So the president is intimidating them. I mean, they cite examples of Abronye. There's the chairman of the Ashanti region for the party, etc. And generally, issues of Galamsey also came up, etc. They see the atmosphere is very stifling, and it's all supervised by the president, John Dramani Mahama. What's your response to that?
Well, I think that the NP should thank God every day that they have President Mahama as the president of the Republic of Ghana. You know, it's their best luck. It's the best thing that's happened to them. I don't know what it would have been like if any other person were to be the president. You know, they have a man that respects the rule of law. They have a man that will not go after his political opponents for nothing. And so, what else can we expect when they say things like this and they do things like this? You know, there is a culture in NPP that sometimes hurts me so much. The sense of superiority complex, right? Sense of superiority complex. They think of themselves and see themselves that they are more Ghanaian, they are more human beings. They think that they should be treated differently from other Ghanaians. And it hurts me so much.
How do you
and
mean?
I don't know how they came by that.
How do you mean, Fred?
No, that has always been the posturing. That has always been that if we want to chronicle the things that NPP did, Nanado's 8 years in office, the things NDC functionaries went through in this country, they should be the last to be talking. They should be the last to even open their mouths. They should be the last. But you see, they think that they are superhuman beings. They think that they should be treated differently. They can handle anybody and deal with anybody the way they want. But when it's about them, it should be different. Thank God for rule of law. And thank God for the Constitution of Ghana. This police service that today they are complaining about, the Ghana Police Service, or they are forgotten so soon. Now they are crying. They are screaming. What is anybody doing to them in the first place?
Abronye.
What happened to Abronye? That the police. Why? So,
is this Obama?
So if you are an NPP person and you are involved in wrongdoing because you are an NPP person, the law must not work. The police must not work. Yoko must not work. What's the name? Like the state security must not work because an NPP person is involved. It's what they are telling us. The only thing, and my advice to Chief Justice, the IGP, next time don't put yourself to that situation. You have several lieutenants that are working under you. You have no business stepping down from your office to say you're going to collect that petition from them. To allow them to speak to you the way they did. You could have sent any of your officers, any of your lieutenants to go and collect the petition from them. Because when the man has graciously shown you respect, descended from his office to come and receive the petition, the least you can do is to show him respect and speak to him with some decency. But play the tape back and listen to the way the gentleman spoke to him, to the IGP of the country.
You mean Abronye?
The one who spoke to him, the one who submitted that petition. Go and play the tape and look at the petition and everything.
Say?
You understand? Disrespected the man in his face directly, calling him names, right in his face. I don't know why the IGP decided that he was the one who came to pick the distance. You know, Ghana is a very interesting country, really. The NPP now can organize a demonstration, 8 months in opposition, complaining, shouting and screaming. NPP, God have mercy on Ghana.
But they are the biggest opposition political party. And Dr. Jabunti Zato, I didn't see you there, so I was wondering.
But you guys are an NPP member.
Oh, please.
They have boycotted this platform. No, I'm serious about this. They have boycotted this platform. But every day you are here, they cannot even call you to order.
Fred. Dr. Zato,
don't get DPA this morning.
What do you make of...
Calm down.
No, please.
Let him calm down.
Please.
No,
please. Dr. Jabunti Zato, what do you make of the concerns that may raised by the NPP, especially for which they undertook this demonstration or protest?
Thank you very much. Last week or something last 2 weeks, Imani Ghana, one of the leading think tanks in this country, released a report. The conclusion of the report is that the goodwill that the NDC was enjoying has been dissipated.
Wait, the protest was because of the Imani report?
I want to set and that's why I'm quoting very valid. They said the goodwill the NDC enjoying has been dissipated, it's gone by Ghanaians. And it was the fastest erosion of goodwill by any government. Now, in comparative terms, September 2017, by this time, free HSS was on full swing. The government was on cloud nine. It has dissipated. And Imani gave a number of reasons why this goodwill has completely dissipated. I just want to go through, I just want to mention two of them. We've discussed. One is that removal of Chief Justice and concern over interference in judicial independence. The second one is what we are talking about now, selective justice. These things help. That's by the Imani report, it's not my report, that these things have helped contribute to the complete dissipation of the goodwill of the government. They mentioned selective justice, so I want to go through that one. One, in the Ablekuma by-elections, we actually saw people harm, beat, and knock a woman down. It was captured on TV.
They were prosecuted.
Yeah.
Did you follow the prosecution?
I never saw those prosecutions. I never saw it.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm saying, I never saw it. Two,
they were prosecuted. There's been a report to that.
In Equatia, we saw the national, as if first national Chief Azoka threaten the lives of the minority leader in parliament. We saw him say that I will kill you. We've seen the minority leader petition the chief, the police and other things.
Did he say you kill him?
Nothing happened. The police came out with a statement that had invited Chief Azoka this and at the same time,
Azoka said the comments he made or his utterances against the third vice chair of the NPP couldn't have been even more grievous than the slapping by the minority or minority leader against the police.
He threatened the life of Honorable Afenyo Macken. And Honorable Afenyo Macken has come out to say that, and it is captured on TV. This is the point. The police said that they have arrested him or he was charged. At the same time, there was video showing him sitting in his base in Tamale enjoying. I don't know which is which to believe. Whether it is true that he was arrested, he was charged. And so far, we have not been given any update on Chief Azoka. Then there is Honorable Samuel Jemfi, the CEO of Gold Board, and the current or the sitting communications director of the NPP. If you could, there's video of Honorable Samuel Jemfi asking God, invoking God to kill President Akufo-Addo. There's video of him invoking God to kill Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. They are also human beings.
You mean the
previous ones, yes. Okay. Under the code, nobody arrested Samuel Jemfi because of that. Nobody denied him bail because of that. Nobody left so much so that every person who has even ever seen a law court or this has come out to condemn what they did to Abronia because of what he said. But nobody, absolutely nobody arrested Samuel Jemfi. That is the selective justice you are talking about. Somebody called Fanti Comedy said something. He was denied bail and later
jailed. What did he say? Or what did the viewers say on his
Obama or Pokwa said the morning he was arrested, I was here. And I remember speaking about this. He posted a picture.
That morning.
And it has been demonstrated that he was not the originator of that video. He was taken to jail, to police custody and stuff like that. He's telling stories and Samuel Abronia. The question that I ask is, how come? Is it by coincidence that the Ablekuma people, Chief Azoka and Samuel Jemfi, it so just happens that nothing happens to them. That instead of they all happen to be members of the NDC. Meanwhile, all these people happen to be members of the opposition. When you do this, when you use when you weaponize the coercive forces of the state, and when you selectively use it on political opponents, you are engaging in eroding our civil liberties. You are engaging in destroying this beautiful democracy we have. You are threatening free speech. And I'm saying that, look, whatever goes around comes around. Today, if you have chosen to abuse and misuse coercive power, so these people that were marching, they were marching to defend our liberties. They were marching to safeguard free speech. They were marching to tell the whole world, to put the ideas that power is fleeting. You have the power to do it. And so for me, the idea that we can sit here and a key political analyst, you are trying to trivialize these issues. It has always happened. Look, the current Attorney General, when NPP was in power,
bring him water.
Oh no, please don't do
that.
No,
but you bring him water.
Okay, so Dr. Saibu Gariba received the petition on behalf of the IGP. The two of you, please. And then Sami Jemfi, I think it was a chanting of a song during the protest.
Surprise. Yeah, Sami now is your headache.
Okay.
Sami Jemfi is your headache.
No, it's okay.
Sami is serving Mother Ghana.
Yes.
Solo, you observe the protest, the concerns they raise, etc. What's your own observation so far?
So let me begin by saying that I heard Zato say Imani gives out why the government is losing is what
Popularity.
Popularity.
Or honeymoon.
Honeymoon. If there is any reason why this government is losing any popularity, then it's inability to arrest
It's true.
the corrupt,
It's true.
the thieves, the criminals who are parading, who some of whom I saw walking bravely to the police.
That's true.
This government, their nemesis is from corruption. Their inability to deal with the corrupt officials of the SWAL administration. That is their own problem. And this is why they don't need me. I, together with my leader, Mr. Alante, we are waiting patiently. They are lucky it's not Allah who is in power.
If it was President...
Jesus Christ of the banner, every day, all of them are going to the independence to pay the money there. Openly. You will be paying the money like... And from there, you go to some. But for those stuff, for this. So that is the only reason why, if this government or this administration is losing its popularity.
So you're saying that it's the government's own doing, that it's not pursuing its oral.
Absolutely.
The NPP has morphed.
Go on the street. Go on the street. The concern of the ordinary Ghanaian is that why are you not prosecuting the thieves? Why are you not going after them? We have seen the National Service, the Scholarship Secretariat, the NPA, the National Cathedral. In fact, they got the nerve. Ken Ofuriatta is not even in this country. When was the last time they spoke about Ken Ofuriatta?
They got the nerve?
Nerve. And so why wouldn't they behave like this? You have given them the tools to be misbehaving. What has happened to Wuntumi? Walking about brazenly. He even wants to be your national chairman. What happened yesterday was nothing about organizing a group of people. They went and convinced the people that they were doing what you call Intampe demonstration.
How did you come to this?
Do you know Intampe? Read. They went to Circle, got the Trotro mates, and convinced them that we want...
the hawkers?
Yes, and most of them were the Trotro mates and the hawkers.
Oh, so low.
Now with the Trotro mates, they convinced them that they want to go and demonstrate that so that they will legalize weed and red. So they should join. That was the main reason why the boy joined. Didn't you hear the boy saying that we are tired, you are arresting us, you are every time we are smoking, you come and arrest us. Didn't you hear it? Now with the hawkers, they just told them that they were going to have a meeting to find a place for them to be living. So you heard a young lady say, oh, they just came to tell us, oh, we are only going to have a meeting. And we have been working since morning. That was what they did. And we saw people smoking openly. They were not ashamed of that. If I were the police administration, this morning I would be arresting the leadership of all those that organized the demonstration.
No, but we had key leaders of the NPP leading the demonstration.
No, who are the key? That's why they have to be arrested. So you organize people just for them to come and showcase how they can smoke. You remember the Joseph by-election? You remember an elderly woman, almost 80 years, came to tell us that when the NPP got to town, the only thing they brought them was weed. I thought that was for a Joseph alone. They have extended that business to Accra.
But what about the concerns they are raising?
What concerns?
The atmosphere is...
What concerns?
There's intimidation.
Which intimidation?
There's arrest of key members of the...
Does it not surprise you? Does it not surprise you? The demonstration they had, look at the number of police. The very police that they claim were intimidating them were the ones providing security. More than 100 of them. And they were even misbehaving. The police that you claim were intimidating you were the ones providing security. And because they have packed money, they have money to be demonstrated to protect themselves. That is why they can spend. These demonstrations don't come cheap. You have to mobilize people. You have to buy weed. You have to buy red. You have to buy a petition. You have to give them money. That is what they did. Where did they get the money? Because their party itself has complained.
They have leaders of the party who led the demonstration.
But the party itself has come to complain to you that they don't have money. It's the reason why they are charging each aspirant 4.6 million. Is that not the case? So where did they get the money to organize this demonstration? Because they have got it where they are afraid. They want to put the fear of God into this administration and the police so that they do not go after them. That is why they did this demonstration. But I want to assure this government that if they do not remain focused and remind themselves constantly, daily, why the people of Ghana gave them that overwhelming endorsement, they will be fooling themselves. Oral was a key issue. You cannot allow people to be flaunting stolen wealth in our faces. Every day, when the ordinary Ghanaian suffers, the young ones that were part of the demonstration, they were complaining about unemployment. If you have stolen all the monies available, how would they get jobs? So in other words, they were rather demonstrating against the NPP government that has stolen their life. So why would you trust such a demonstration? It was nothing to write home about. And they were so indisciplined, disorganized. At a point, this one didn't know whether to go this direction or that direction.
No, they had a direction. That's how come they converged formally in front of...
Hey, at the police station, my men were there. Total confusion. You claim the demonstration was organized by the youth wing. How come the organizer was the one who was addressing? The youth wing, don't they have the youth leader? How come the Nabi was the one addressing...
He's a leader of the party.
Leader of who? You claim it was organized by the youth wing. This organization. Because they are not being truthful. Because they know that this government has been so lenient to them. Because they know the amount of money they have stolen that up to date. They are working freely. Another Easter is coming. They'll go and chill. The first Easter, I've told this government, if you allow them to spend 4 Easters out of this, they will finish the money. So there are some in their pocket. Go after it.
But actually, a question about the main reasons why they demonstrate. They claim the environment is stifled. There have been arrests of Abronye, etc.
Abronye.
Is there argument in that or not?
There is no argument. Let me tell you. Abronye and his matters are before the court. That is the case. He should go and prove his innocence. It's as simple as that. All of us go to police station. They are not above the laws of the land.
Say Obama Pokwasi.
Say Obama who?
Say Obama Pokwasi.
Fancy comedy. You together with young man growing up, together with ladies, were happy and were calling that the president should die. Your president. Where has politics got into? Where has our politics? You remember the Zoom meeting that they did? Threatening the president. Yes. When you do this, it's against the laws. You see, the laws of the land does not.
Should have died.
You will not be arrested for insulting anybody.
How is that?
But you cannot threaten the life of a certain president. You cannot do that. And when that guy was released from cells, the former flag bearer of the NPP hugged him, embraced him, endorsing their cynical behavior. Is that the way a leader is supposed? Someone that wants to lead this country, you want to teach the people. Hey, then when you, in an unlikely event, you become the president, then you can't contain us. Then you have to chain us into his home, because then you would have endorsed this silly act. So you will play back your words for you.
So you are claiming that the law is just working?
The law is working. We must all operate within. You see, if there is any problem, the police is a creature. It's a creature of an act of parliament. Is that not the case? You had parliamentarians. At least I saw John Daku. He is a member of parliament. He is a lawyer. You could hold the IGP to parliament to come and explain matters, because they are doing politics, and this administration is not falling for it.
So
Ghanaians know why we voted for this. Unfortunately, you didn't vote for Alan. If you had, but now people will be smelling pepper in this country.
So President Alan John Kujocha,
the law would have worked. But now people will be paying the money.
Right.
But now,
they are paying. No?
Me, we don't know. Me, I don't know how much they are paid. But now, Kero Fureta, he's where? Look, go to National Scholarship Secretariat. Go and see how they have dissipated resources there. The man is sitting at the what? Parliament. Making laws for me. Me neighbor. Me neighbor. Challenge this morning in favor. Oh no.
Anyway, so I have a couple of comments before I end. Thank you, gentlemen, for passing through. And then also lawyer Martin Pebu as well. Thank you for the latest update. This one is coming from NewDay Atukwekwe. Please tell Solomon that no evil shall come near him. I heard him saying that he's being threatened.
Oh, they are threatening everywhere, but you see,
his enemy shall fail and fall into their own trap. His truth and boldness certainly will make him live long. They are threatening you, eh? Threatening you. And then we have Prince Nani Ayok says, I watched the short videos of the demonstration, but couldn't find any protester who claimed to be intimidated in any of the videos. Only people unaware of the protest purpose. The police provided protection throughout the event. The Jubilee House, a security zone 8 years ago, has now become a place where petitions are accepted. All I can say is that God bless our homeland Ghana. But again, we are watching keenly on oral. So Lord, take heart. If the end of 2025 no show, we know what to do. And this one is coming from Ralph from Akuse. He says that per Dr. Zato's analogy, then we're going to have this. He is misleading. In fact, some of his students are in limbo. You should remember that Dr. Baumia was not a former president when he contested. Ode Upio John Dramani Mahama was a sitting president. and a former president when he contested the 2016 and 2020 elections respectively, unlike Dr. Baumia. But I think he talked about candidates. His word was candidate.
But that analogy is flawed.
Osai Boatin says that the protests are in lieu of intimidation tactics being adopted by this government. And that is why the concern is being raised that the president is using the arms of government, the security forces, to intimidate NPP members and their assigns. Alfred Kojo-Tredo says that it is quite interesting. The NPP organizing a demonstration, only 8 months in the NDC administration, led by John Dramani Mahama. They should know that they haven't seen anything yet. And then Godwin Bafa, good morning to you, says, okay, we have, Kwame Wadako, who is coming in strongly. Okay, all right, so that's his comment as well. And the Master Planner Junior policy analyst says the youth wing operates under the office of the organizer. So if Nanabi addresses the public, it is in order. Mr. Solomon also doesn't know the party structures well. They say you don't know the party structure. No wonder he left with pains and is bleeding now. Pains.
But I thought they have boycotted TV.
Money need money. Solo, you are right. If NDC doesn't prosecute these criminals, they will lose massively. You say money need money. For all those who sent our messages, we're grateful. And thank you, gentlemen, as well. Dr. Zato, Fred Agbanyo, Member of Parliament, and then, of course, Solomon also wishing all the best for the day. But look,